Ну что, всем привет.
Recording in progress.
Меня слышно, видно? Так, я
Well,
вижу
hello. I
участники.
see that the participants are still joining in.
Привет, привет
Hello,
всем.
hello, everyone.
Я бы хотела, чтобы вы поделились своим намерением,
I'd like to ask
чтобы
you
хотели
to
услышать,
share
понять,
your
какие
expectations
для
from
себя
today's
что
meeting, what
ожидаете
you
от
would
данного
like to
выпуска.
hear, and which issues or questions you have. So, what are your expectations from today's Zoom session? If possible, please put it down in the chats.
Закреплю чат вот здесь.
I
Хорошо,
will
можно
turn
тогда
on my chat.
приступать.
Okay,
Поменять,
let's
пожалуйста.
start. Change the slide,
Я
please.
представлюсь, да, меня зовут Короткая Анастасия,
My
я
name
являюсь
is
менеджером
Anastasia
проекта «Гений
Korotkaya.
финансов»,
I'm the Genius of
который
Finance
рассказывает
project
о
manager.
продукте «Гений финансов».
I will introduce you to this product, Genius of Finance, which possibilities it has, the benefits it has, how it helps, and so the right contact person about Genius of Finance is Anastasia Korotkaya. You may text me and I will be very glad to help you and will do everything required so that you find it very clear.
Можно перейти к
Next slide,
следующему
by the
слайду.
way.
Я слежу за чатом, читаю,
So
поэтому
I am in the chat. If there are any questions, please write down your questions in the chats. Well, the today's agenda is the following: business simulator of Genius of Finance, playing with and without a host, which benefits does the game with a host has, and why is it needed. To understand everything, so a game with a host and without a host, monetization of the tools, you will understand how by playing the game you can make money, how much you can make, and which options of monetization there are, and etc. Multiple streams of income. And since in the game you can see what types of incomes there are, the game itself helps you understand which additional sources of income you may have when you host or play the game. Well, here you have a great picture, Genius of Finance, business simulator, modeling your life. That's true. And you know, what we have the opportunity to learn the financial literacy, how you can become financially literate by playing the game Genius of Finance. Those sheets that the game includes, you will learn how to calculate your income and expenditures. You will be able to learn 8 rules of a private investor and 5 commandments. You will understand which instruments there are on the market, which methods to multiply your capital, and how much percentage-wise you may earn on from each instrument, stock, gold, real estate, bonds, securities, and etc. All these
все карточки, которые существуют в игре.
You will see all those cards that are available in the game. They are the business opportunities of those businesses that are real in the market. So you can learn more about the other options available on the market. You will develop the mindset of an investor. What does it mean? It means that you will learn about the rate of return of each and every instrument and whether they suit you or not. which business or investment
кредит по тому или
instrument
иному
will help
результату.
you reach this or
Вам
that
разработать
result.
свою финансовую
Then
стратегию.
you
Очень
will
часто это
be
бывает
better at
по-разному. У
developing your
кого-то
financial
бывает
strategy. You
либо
know,
есть
the
какая-то финансовая
situation may
стратегия,
be
там,
different.
работа
There
на
are
5
those with
15
the
лет.
financial
Кого-то
strategy
это
drafted
бывает
for
специально
1,
через
3,
год.
5, 10, 20 years.
Какой
There
есть
are those who
месячно
actually
все
realize the need to have a
люди
strategy, financial strategy developed. Put a
сейчас
plus in the chat if you have already drafted your strategy for 10,
хорошо.
15 or 20 years.
Да, у каждого из нас
Well,
на 10 уже сложно. Вот, понять, почему сложно на 10,
so
да,
to understand
игра
why building a
позволяет
financial plan for 10 years
мне, да,
is
и
difficult.
разработать эту
So
финансовую стратегию.
this
Что
game
значит? Это
helps you
представить 5,
broaden your
15 лет.
mindset,
Я
and
хочу, чтобы у
then
меня
you can
было
easily
такое
imagine which
финансовое
financial standing you would like to have some
состояние,
time after.
я видеть, что я хочу,
So what
чтобы у
do
меня
I
было,
want
да,
to
из
have?
этого представить,
And
в
you
каком доме
start with this:
я
where
окружаю,
I'd like to live, what surrounds me,
и так
where
далее.
I'd like to have my holidays, and
Понять
etc.
примерно, мне
And
вот
you
такая
develop the plan
стратегия.
and you understand that
Писать
this,
примерно,
I'm
я
fine with this figure in
зарабатывать
10, 15 years. For instance, you write down that 1 year after I want to have
активного дохода.
1,000 as
Что
my
я намерена
active income
в этот
and
день делать?
300 as my passive income.
Да,
What
это
can I do today? And
ОБД,
you start looking for the instruments, some shares or other instruments, and you calculate which percentage they may generate over some time. As Andrey Havratov generally says, how to turn $1 into 1 million. So
какие
if
деньги,
I
какими
invest
средствами
$1, uh,
самого главное,
when
мне
I will get my 1
бывает,
million back.
или я
So
не готова
the types of investing, whether I'm ready to take a risk or not, if a
инструментами, и мне
person is ready to accept high risk instruments, he's
говорю, да,
ready
я
to take them, then he will say, yes, I'd like to invest
тогда
into crypto market,
которые
shares,
приносят
those instruments
высокий
which
доход.
generate a higher yield, but at the same time, they are higher risk. Or, for instance, those, I am a very conservative person. For instance, someone says, I'm not ready to take a risk. 10 and 12% a year is quite good. So I'd better have this small amount rather than take a risk. And a person,
Ценностей,
based on
видит того,
his
что он
vision, on his character, on his nature, his values,
стратегию,
he
да,
drafts his financial plan or strategy and goes to his dream, to his goal.
те,
And
которые написали, у них
look,
есть
those
5,
people who have a financial plan for 5 years, for instance, they come and say, I have a financial plan of what to do to multiply my funding daily, weekly, monthly, annually. And in the game, he tests those instruments he has in his plan and to see the results it leads to. Or he plays another game, the use of the same instruments, but in a different way. And they calculate the yield or the gain of a different strategy, which is different from your financial plan. And you see the figures. If the return is higher, then you make the relevant decisions. So quite likely I will amend my financial plan as I have some new knowledge, skills. I will make some changes to my plan. And this is what it means to build your financial strategy. And you can do it either on your own, or if you have a qualified host, he may guide you, help you how to do it, what you need for this, and may help you develop the financial strategy. you will learn about the capital accumulation. It is very linked to your financial plan. You will learn how you can preserve your capital and multiply it and earn for some dream, some plan.
Узнать, какие инструменты существуют для того, чтобы там накопить на
And
пенсию, какие-то другие
learn
ваши
about some instruments available to save for your desires, for your dreams, and get additional sources of income.
Если кому-то откликается,
If someone,
этот
if
бизнес-тренажер,
this business simulator resonates in you, then you can use it as an additional source of income by running games in your free time, and you can earn additional money. Or in the game, there are cards,
там значительную
some
долю времени,
tiny
вы
business,
можете
and for instance, you may
использовать, да,
use it,
такой способ
use
получения
this method
дополнительного источника дохода.
of
Или часто
getting
те, кто
extra
играют, да,
income.
бывает, приходят, когда участники на игру, и я часто
And
задаю
you know,
вопрос.
the participants come to play, and I often ask them a question: which skills, abilities do you have you may sell? First of all, they say, I don't know. It seems that I'm good at everything
Я могу продать, если
all
кто-то
the
хочет,
others are good
я
at.
могу
And
продать
someone
немного,
says, I'm good at counting, at calculation. If there are those bad at calculation, this person may sell this skill. Or the other one says, I'm a lawyer. I know the law quite well. If there are some conflicts or misunderstanding with the host, he is a bank and the government, you may apply to me, and my service fee will be as much. And there are those who are good at communicating. They are good public speakers, and they say, look, if someone is bad, I may teach you how to present your ideas. And the same applies to our life, because quite often we don't see what we can monetize. People generally say that everyone can do it. Do you think so? That many other people have similar skills, and therefore you don't sell your skills? If yes, put a plus in the chat. Next slide, please. What will you gain after the game? You will understand what and how to invest in real life. In the game, you study those instruments the real life has, including stock, real estate, and you think, what am I doing? Quite often, at the table, there are people who know nothing about investing. They don't invest. They've simply heard, and quite often they want to understand what is next. They have money, but what to do with this money, I don't know. And the professional host quite frequently may share some tips about where to invest. There are different instruments you may invest in your real life, where to take your money to. So the host may recommend by saying that you may start studying this information on the internet or any other source of information and start exploring investing tools, or in the academy there is the great training course Prof Investor and Invest Consultant, and you may buy it and learn from the professionals who will take your hand and will take you through the journey to the level of professionalism, and you will absorb as much information as you can at this point, as it is very professional, very expertise oriented, to some extent even difficult for newcomers, but it is possible. If you want to study, if you want to get this knowledge, to apply this knowledge in life, you will learn everything needed. You will learn how to invest into gold, stock, and other securities. And it will be clear to him, this is what I can do to the money I have. And as soon as he understands this, and when he wants to be an invest consultant, he may train others when he has his results and he can openly show it to others. This is my case. We don't know what is going on with others. We are not Warren Buffett with extensive experience. So tiny steps lead to big steps. You will develop your strategic thinking. This is the financial plan, and over playing, you may understand what you need to reach the desired result that was imagined in your dreams or as your goals, what you can do to reach the level or the metric you set.
Also, it's an opportunity to achieve additional earnings, to have additional earnings. In other words, it's the possibility for monetizing your skills here and now, what kind of skills you can sell. There are people with some unique opportunities to make money out of anything, thin air. And also sometimes you might find your source of income, and find something of value for yourselves as well. If you have questions, could you please write them in the chat, and then maybe we will give you a chance to, ask this question. The next one is meeting like-minded people. If you came to the game, you already have some kind of interest, and usually a kind of networking happens at the table, and then you can turn that networking into something real in real life. And usually people try to support each other at the table. They notice some cool qualities that those people have, something that they did and they wouldn't do it. So they tell them, look, this move was really cool, and well done. And they will say, yeah, I didn't even notice it, thank you. And it helps develop this teamwork. It helps you develop your new skills, new qualities, and it's a perfect example of synergy when two is always bigger than one. It's always interesting to talk to people that you have something to talk about if you have common interests. Also, I like this story I told you, but I would like to tell you it anyways. We have a couple that met at the game. They still come to our Moscow office. They're dating right now. They have a relationship, and it's always interesting. You never know who you will have at the table, what kind of people you're going to meet. Also, you will learn how to invest without losing money. In other words, you can come up with a financial strategy and try to use it in the game. What if I do this? What kind of result I'm going to achieve? To try out different strategies. For example, I do this and it took me to this result. Then I try this and it will take me to a different result. And to choose the result that that suits you best right now, the best result for you. And it will help you get also the best experience when you try to achieve your team goal. Sometimes people read the card and then they put it down, and I tell them, like, why would you not use this opportunity? And they tell you, well, I didn't have enough money. And then you ask them, why didn't you offer this opportunity to other people to be your partners in equity? And they say, well, I don't know. And that's what usually happens in real life. People get an opportunity and they then tell themselves, this is not for me. Investments is not for me. Why it happens? When a person works as part of the team, they can achieve bigger and faster results. When players combine efforts, they always move faster than when people working alone. And you can compare what kind of results you can achieve if you move alone and what kind of results you can achieve if you move with your team as a team. The next one is understanding the principles and laws of the market economy. The game has it all. What kind of news is there on the market? In other words, it's understanding how different markets work and how different business instruments work. What kind of situations can happen where there might be drawbacks or fallbacks, failed investments, and so on. It will give you an understanding of instruments. Next, you will develop decision-making skills in stressful situations. Very often, people draw a card, look at it, and then they ponder, they think, make calculations, and time is ticking. And the host gives maximum 3 minutes for a person to make a decision. And in certain situations, you have to be quick when making a decision. It's also a skill to make quick decisions. And if a person doesn't make a decision, it's also a decision, right? And during the gameplay, the faster you make decisions, the faster you move towards your goal, your result, your dream. Next is developing communication skills. Well, it's not a secret for anyone that when we make money, we do it with other people. We cannot just not communicate with anyone and get something in return. Usually it's an exchange of energy with someone. And in order to convey your thoughts, your information, you need to learn how to communicate with other people. Why? Another player has to give you money. You need to be able to explain why this project, this product is interesting and why people need to enter into a deal with you, be in the same team with you, why it's interesting for them. Not all people coming to the game are able to convey their thoughts in a clear manner. Next, 10, creativity, finding new ways of working. Very interesting. It's a kind of a brainstorming that happens at the table when a person draws out a card and they see their vision of the situation, like, I'm going to do this. And then I ask them, why are you going to do this? And they try to explain their thoughts. And then I ask the table, what would you do, dear players? And they start saying why and how they would do it and why they think their option is better. And then the original player says, well, very interesting. I never thought about it. It never occurred to me that this opportunity can be implemented in this way. So this is always very interesting to see how others use different instruments. Good. Then 11, understand your successful strategy. It is also important to know your successful strategy. And during the game, professional hosts always will identify the successful strategy of a player. If a player draws out a card and says, guys, I have this interesting project. Let's, we need this much money. This is the profit. Let's participate in this project. And they convey their thoughts, why other players should participate in the project. Everyone agrees, everyone made money. A person has a successful strategy. And you need to point it out that that's how it turned out. But if a person draws out a card, reads it, and puts it down without offering it to anyone, that's bad. It's lost profits. Sometimes people will even lose money because of that. And this is not a successful strategy. And it can be done by the same person. So that's where you need to point out to him or her. Remember last time you draw a similar opportunity card, you offered it to someone else, and you made money, and other people made money. You grew. And you show them that this is the successful strategy of doing business. And if you just draw out a card, read it, and then put it down, it takes you nowhere. It's unsuccessful strategy. And you need to show by comparison how it is in real life. next item here is you will understand your competence gaps and what skills you need to improve. During the game, as I said before, you will be writing down what worked and what didn't work, what is clear, what is not clear. And when you see a person says, I don't know where to invest, I don't know anything about investment markets, what does it tell you? It means that realization is the first step towards change. You don't know how to invest. What do you need to do? The first step is to either go read about it, what it is, or you go to our academy and buy a course, Profi Investor or Invest Consultant, and start digging, start exploring it at a more professional level. And it's not like you're simply getting an investment. That's it. I pay right now and that's it. No, you need to understand that by buying or better investing into your education, you buy an instrument that will last you your entire life. In other words, you learn how to invest, how to get passive sources of income that will last your entire life. And the sooner you do it, the sooner you will achieve high results. Andrey has a table in his course. What happens if you delay with investing by 1 year, how many millions you might not receive several years down the line? Or what happens if you delay with investing for 5 years? How many lost profits you get? In this table, he has it all. It's all clear. Or you might have some gaps in competence. I don't know how to convey information. What do you need to do? Go to the public speaking courses. Or, for example, I don't know how to deliver information because I lack self-confidence. So what do you do next? How do you want to change the situation? So you go and see why you lack self-confidence. Maybe you go to a psychologist, a therapist, a coach, or any other specialist that can help you with that. And you develop the skill that you lack. It will facilitate and accelerate your growth and your achievement of your goal. We can go to the next slide. If you have any questions, please write them down. It's going to be quite pleasant to me to hear them out, because it's very cool if we can talk to each other and not just talking in the monologue regime mode. And it's like me speaking to a screen. So I would like to see your questions if you have them. So as the slide says, unlock your potential. You know, during the game, you might often hear what kind of strong points you or they have. And it can be even a word, a single word or a phrase uttered by someone else can change our entire perspective of the situation, can change the way we look at things and take you on a different development path. And then you see, you regard the entire life in a different way, start making different decisions and accelerate on your way towards your goal. Or at least now you can see your goal, because you know that at that table, not everyone will have their financial plans, right? And you might have heard this saying, if the ship doesn't know where it goes, its destination, it will never get there. So it's very important to know your destination point. Create your finances, choose the best. It means that out of all the available options that you tried, you choose the best that suits you. Not like those criers, you know, in the market that come here, come there. Someone will run over to you and say, look, this project promises 25% per month. You don't have to do anything. And you say, yeah, cool. You give them money. And tomorrow it turns out to be a Ponzi scheme. So if a person takes care of the preservation and multiplication of their capital, they need to know what instruments they're investing into. They need to check what kind of a company it is, what kind of a market it is, what organization it is, what financial strategy they use, what they make money on, and understand whether this option or project is for them. Let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, here, what do we have? How to play the game and why do you need it? There are two options of two scenarios, let's say. There are people who feel that, yeah, the game is cool, but I don't want to host games, make money off it. I don't need it. It's not my thing, but I like the game. And I would like to buy it and play with my friends at home, because very often people enjoy playing board games at home. Some of my friends play this game called Mafia. It's a psychological game. Others play the Django, this tower thing. And some people say, I would like just to play this game at home with my parents, with my friends, with my family members, and so on. And people can just say, I would like to buy this game for my home. So what you do, you go to the API website, you register on that website, and you purchase the game. So what I would like to point out here, sometimes there are promotions that allow you to join Evorich at the same time, not only API, where the purchase of the game happens, but also there are promotions that allows you to join Evorich. For example, there is a product that includes the game itself plus some Evorich product. And sometimes it is more profitable to buy the game there in Evorich for several reasons. For example, you get something as a gift, extra as a gift. I don't know, some courses or tokens or something else. Just please check it from time to time, but not always, not everyone attends reporting meetings, closed meetings, business forums, and so on and so forth. So just make sure that you are keeping abreast of the news. The next type of playing the game is playing with the host. Let me see what people wrote in the chat. Anastasia is reading the Russian chat right now. Okay, then. The first question is, whether someone says will there be some situations that will be role played for everyone during webinars? Yes, there will be. That's the reason why I asked you what your intention is, but there will be there is a Telegram chat created that is available for everyone who bought the game. If you are not there yet, write to me directly and I will send you the link. And that's where we're going to meet. All the hosts will be meeting and we will be looking into specific game situations, cases. You will be sharing your wins and failures. We will be breaking down every game situation, every card, business investment opportunity. We'll be sharing our skills, and it's very, very, very useful. But since here right now it's an open meeting, free-for-all meeting, and there might be people who never heard about this game before, so some of the things that I'm saying might be not clear enough but all those gameplay, all those role playing and break analysis of game situations will be organized in future for the host. We will have special meetings dedicated to that.
Дальше, что у нас идет? Обучение по скайпу. У меня
Someone
партнер
says, I have a partner who bought the game. I'm teaching her via Skype. Will there be a training for such people? Ladies and gentlemen, Tatiana Zhuravleva has already recorded this training. And this training is available for those who bought the Genius of Finance host training. There is a training plus the test. So all that training can be purchased along with the game itself. Someone says, I don't want to complain, but there are people so dumb that no matter what you tell them, they don't want to learn. And I tell myself, like, well, it's your funeral, you know.
У нас будет
Yeah, I
обучение.
might agree. There will be a training for hosts, and I will tell you why it is important to be a conduit for such people. Don't tell them that they are dumb or stupid, but just show on your own personal example. Like, look, I was in the same situation as you in the past. We all have some experience, you know, life situations. Someone had one kind of life, others had another kind of life, and the host can share their experience with others and tell them, look, I don't know about others, but I can tell you my life story, how I made it. And then only by being honest and sincere with players will make them think about it. And if it won't make them think about it, because yeah, there are people whose mindset is like chips and beer on the couch, that's it. And okay, I have nothing against those people, but it's their choice, it's their path. And you just accept it and say, okay, it's your choice. And then you talk to people who are interesting to talk to. But if a person came to you, they might have a skeptic attitude. Yes. Not understand something, but at least they came here. And if they came here, they already have an inkling of a thought. Why? It means they're interested. And that's where the skills and the professionalism of a host allow you to show them how they can change their life, how you can come to a different result. So this is what we are going to learn how to do at the host training. The Spanish chat says, can we have a link to the Telegram group? Yes, I will send it to our moderators for them to share those links with everyone else. So yes, of course, you will get this link. Okay, then let's continue. The playing with the host. Indeed. Not everyone wants to be a host, and not everybody resonates with it. Our company is huge, it's very diverse community, and someone would like to play with someone without a host. And for example, you don't know whether you want to be a host or not. You know, you're telling us an interesting story, but I'm still on the fence, not decided. You can come and participate in the game in your city with another host and see how they do it, whether you would like to be in their shoes. And if the answer is yes, I like it, I would like to become a host, it fits my values, it fits my spirit, then you buy the game in the API back office. There is the game plus training, or if you have already the game, you can just buy the training. And there you can check and buy the host course, take the training, and start practicing. You can take both the training in parallel with the practice. Yes, theoretical knowledge is good, but practice is our forte, is our strong point. The more we practice, the more games we hold, the more presentations we conduct, the faster we became professional. Okay, creating several sources of income and brand development.
Ну, на курсе
We need to
полностью,
understand that at the host training course,
который мы уже собрали,
the group that we have put together, and for all the new hosts, there will be
обучение по
a
развитию
training for the development of their personal brand.
том, как
It's all
заявить,
about how to make a statement in the world, how to announce
люди узнают,
yourself to the world. How will people
проводить такую
learn
игру,
about you, that you are ready to host the game, and for the people to come to your game, pay money, and for you to teach them? Because a person who learned a lot, but nobody comes to them, then sometime later they will say, well, this is it, not interesting. There is no return.
что вы сделали для
And
вам
you should ask yourself, what did you do to make people come to you? It is
а,
very important
дать пример
to
тебе, что
announce yourself to the world. Tell them that, yes, here I am, I'm a host. And at our host training, there will be a session that delivered by our marketologist, marketing expert, and she will give you all the materials necessary for you to develop your personal brand. She will share some materials, pictures, articles
профессиональные,
online.
нарисованные
She will
картинки, да, вот,
give some
которые
graphic
вот,
representation.
в
Like, for
графике
example, the whole presentation, as you can see, is done in the style of the Genius of Finance game, and she will share it all with you for you to be able to publish it in your social media online. And every city, I'm sure, have their own like advertising places where you can put your advertising saying, look, I'm hosting a game. And the nicer the picture, the more people will be willing to come to your game. And also, it's about creating sources of income through the game. Well, basically, this game can be used as an instrument for the host. We don't know what the background of the host is. For example, I'm a professional coach, psychological coach, and during the game, if necessary, I can sell my skills, coaching skills, to some of the players at the table. I do personal growth trainings, personal consultations, changing mindsets, and so on. And people during the game might say, well, something is wrong with me. And I tell them, look, come to my sessions. I will help you out. So in essence, I'm selling my consultations through the game. Similarly, with the host, maybe they're doing financial counseling or
связанными
do projects related to finance
с
or
инвестированием.
investing or something else. And it is easier for a person to understand it through the game. Plus, you can sell your additional services to them.
Можно использовать
So
это так.
this is the way you can use it. Or
Компанию, да,
you take like a tripwire to the company.
все сектора,
The cards in the game represent all the sectors
как
that the
легче
company has. So
людям
it's easier for you to explain to others what our company is all about, what the
система naming
ecosystem NEW is all about,
представлены,
because
приятнее донести, что
this is how you can convey the idea,
представляет наша компания, какие продукты в ней есть, и
how you can show them what our company is and what kind of products our company has,
например, продукты
like
академии.
tokens or API products. Yes, you played the game and now you can buy the courses of the academy,
Инвесторам или инвестконсультантам
how to become profi investors or invest consultants.
учиться трейдингу, да, на
Or
криптовалютах.
if you're interested in trading in cryptocurrencies, Artyom's course can help you figure your way around cryptocurrencies. Also, you can additionally
системе, да, МКИ получить свой
Additionally, you can sell something within the MLCI and receive commission on it. This is yet another way of getting additional income.
можно переключить
Meanwhile, we can go to the next slide.
почитаю
Let
еще.
me read the feedback from the
Сейчас,
chat.
как бы
So someone says 2 years ago, quite a lot of people received the game Genius of Finance as a gift. People from different countries. It would be great for such partners to give access to the chat with the people who purchased the host training course. Let me explain. For now, we have the chat only for hosts in order to bring the host to a higher professional level and to popularize the game in general. I agree with you that it would be great for everyone who plays the game to create this community of like-minded people, to create this chat. And by the way, I'm writing it down already. Very good idea. And why do we do it? It's for people who live in different corners of the world to be able to meet each other, play the game, or maybe agree with professional host and have a tournament in their city, or organize an event. It would be a great idea. Cool. I'm writing it down. We'll do that. Okay. No more questions, and it means we can proceed. Let me see the time. Okay. Why playing with a host or facilitator is more effective? Why do you guys think playing with a host is more effective? And while you're writing, I can already answer it because I know it's not always convenient to be using the chat. So why it's more effective? Because a host or the host is like an outside external observer. They always have a third-party perspective. When a person is in the game, they might not notice things that an outside observer notices. And a host can always ask a question, a guiding question. Yes, they can guide and help, because when players come to the game, they first tell you why they came to this game, and the host writes it down and remembers why this particular player came to the game. And then the host asks questions and guide them, help them with the instruments in the game for them to achieve the original goal. So
and the host will always help you to say what good you already have, what are your strengths or weaknesses. Always from outside, you see it better. But when the professional do it, so when a professional runs a game and he understands how to help a person go from point A to point B, is more experienced, then it gets clearer and straightforward. And it helps you broaden your perspective, helps you try out new strategies and choose the one that is most suitable for you. Like I said before, when it is only this way, so this is one pattern. But when you ask a question, what other options are available, and other options, you ask for more options, for more thinking, what else can be done in such a situation? And a host will always keep these brainstorming moods in the players, and any player may help or may give some other ideas. And a person will say that I've never thought that it could be. And a professional will always help you reach a new level of thinking, a boost of inspiration. You know, at the table, it is so energetic that quite often the game lasts 3-5 hours and people don't see that the time flies. And it is very energetic. and you can communicate with a more experienced person, and a host is more experienced, and at the table we don't know who can be there. There could be some professional investors. Andrey sometimes come even without informing us in advance, so it is frequently available, or it frequently happens in Moscow office. Joint analysis of game situations. So how can you treat in a different way? You may realize how you can change your life. It's important to understand when you play that, yes, you do not simply play. This is to have fun. You have fun, but what are the benefits after the game is ended? What will I change in my real life? How I will behave in a different way? What will I do? Which plan I will have? Or in case I have no plan, then a person who completed playing this game must actually ask himself a question. At least I believe so. What I need to draft my plan. At least this question must be in his or her head. And you start making your plan. I don't know what I want to achieve 1 year after, but you give your request to the universe. What can I do so that I benefit from this? And it gives benefit to the entire world. What do I do good for myself, for others, and for the universe? Some ideas may come, and it will result in your plan. What can I do? Next slide, by the way. So Maya says that we received the game as a gift, and we'd like to actually understand better the process of the game and the cards. If you received a game without buying the training for a host, then you are advised to buy the training course for a host, where Tatiana Zhuravleva in detail in the video format explains everything. And in addition to that, other hosts that we have in our chat, we will exchange, we will learn from each other, we will study and explore different game situations. So someone wrote down that the host enjoys skills and expertise. That's right. And this picture demonstrates the following, that a person may learn how to run a game on his own, and it takes a long time how to build this garage. So it will be a lengthy process, or you may buy the training course for a host, and there, step by step, we will show what can be done, how it can be done. And in addition to that, there will be the support in the chat provided, where the hosts share the forthcoming events, their skills, their game situations, and it will be an additional contribution to the enhancement of your skills as a host. Well,
следующий слайд. Как стать ведущим игры «Гений финансов»?
Next slide, please. How to become a host of the game Genius of Finance. Next slide, please. Look, there are several options. So this is the box version, and there are levels or categories of hosts. The beginning host is the one who is the private investor, or he has investing experience, or he may have nothing. He simply likes this job of a host,
в этой
And
роли
he starts
себе миру, он только провел, возможно, 3-5
playing
игр,
this role. He may have had 3 or 5 games, some basic knowledge from the academy, 8 rules of a private investor, and some basic knowledge in investing, and he knows how to keep the attention of his audience if someone feels bored or if someone doesn't understand what to do to engage them into the gaming process. And the recommended price, but you can set any fee you like. The recommended price is $20. And $20 is not quite a huge amount. People may come and play the game under the guidance of the beginner host by learning some skills and abilities. The next category of hosts is an advanced host with over 5-8 games run, and he may have completed the training course of invest consultant and prof investor of category 3, 2, or 1. He understands the basics of MLCI business, and he has the skill of building the portfolio, and he may provide some private advice. He understands how the company is structured and the MLCI business is done. He may explain which company we have, what it is about, and other products, and what we can buy in addition from our company. He knows how to generate streams of income. He may act as a coach. He may ask the questions in the time required and helps the player reveal his potential. And he enjoys a skill of guiding players to get the results they want. Such a host may charge $50 or $100 from a player. This is the recommended fee, but on average, this is the average temperature at hospital. So this is the average price on the market for the hosts. And the category expert includes those people with over 8 games run, and they have in-depth knowledge in investing and finance. They are those who took the training course invest consultant prof investor of category 1, and they passed their tests, and they have the in-depth knowledge about MLCI business, and the status in the company is at least consultant and above, and they may have a professional personal development coach or trainer, or they got this knowledge from the courses. So he may have taken the training course, and there will be some materials or some sessions on how to ask the questions, how to guide. And the recommended fee is $150 and even more per player. And it's natural that so more, and it will be dependent on how well established his personal brand is. And if yes, then it means that more people will be willing to play with him. If there are any questions about these categories of hosts, please ask them. Can we use the certificate of a host in the Ministry of Education of the country?
какой
I
стране
don't really understand the question. Which country you are going to use it for?
когда мне, расшифруйте, я вам отвечу. Так, тут есть вопросы по категориям ведущих?
Is it clear about the categories of hosts or the remuneration fees that could be charged?
Речь шла о Коста-Рике. Пока не могу ответить на этот вопрос, надо уточнять.
Prosipa, and which question do we have?
Тогда можно перейти к следующему слайду. Значит, что у нас сейчас по стоимости? Да? Коробка, обучающая базовый курс от Академии инвестора.
The box with the game and the game-based training Genius of Finance with the box, and the standard price is 525,000. So this is the basic course of the academy, and the next package is standard. So where you see the price 650, which includes a special training course for the hosts of Genius of Finance game after taking a successful test on Get Course platform and gain a certificate, and there will be the automatic sales funnel provided to the qualified hosts. So this is for certified hosts. And if there are hosts who are certified hosts, but the landing page wasn't designed for them, please write down, text me, send me an email or text me, because our marketing department will do it for you, and it will help you promote your role as a host. But for this, we need high quality pictures from you. This course does not include a box. So this course is for those with a box and they would like to buy this course. They may buy this training, and you will get the so this course is for those who already have their boxed version of the game and some basic knowledge or understanding of the way to host the game. So this training course will be for such people, and we will decide when we have some tournaments. And another package is a premium, and the standard price is 1,250. So it includes the game and the training course for the host. If you add 375 plus 650, you will get 1,025. So some people write down that they bought a course or they were participated in some marathons and they were given a box as a gift. And now, if you are interested in the course Prof Investor and Invest Consultant, over some time,
где-то включена просто коробка,
so either the game itself is included or some training course includes the game and the training course. So you'd better buy the training course of Prof Investor and Invest Consultant and get the box with the Genius of Finance game and the training course. Okay, if there are questions, please ask them.
$150 за 8 игроков. Нет,
$150 per 8 players. No, 150 per each player. 150 charge per each player. So this is the reality. In Moscow office, we run such trainings, and it depends on the category of the host and your ability on the personal brand and ability to sell your skills. I understand that not everywhere such prices are possible, but you must ask a question, what do I want? If so you may like to actually develop and to reach the level when people will be ready to pay such a fee, or to change, move to a different town or city where you can develop and play and charge such fees.
If you, where people have money to pay you for the games. And we are going to create a chat because it's going to be interesting for people to write there, share where and when they have those games. And we will gladly share your announcements about Genius of Finance in social media. And it will help you develop, and it will be pleasant for us to know that people are conducting games, and we show it to everyone. We are open to the world. We're making a statement and so on. Is there an additional discount on the standard price for the private investors club? Well, we need to check the back office. For now, I think it's not there, but maybe the conditions will change. Also, Evorich, remember I told you, sometimes offers courses that include Genius of Finance at a lower price. And for example, that same package might contain tokens or some other conditions, and it makes it more profitable to buy it. As I said, Prof Investor, Invest Consultant courses also offer better conditions for purchasing the game. It might also include host training course as well. So you should be on the lookout for promotions. So what matters is that you show the prospects of investing, the promises that investing holds. I remember there was a case when I said somewhere that I'm renting an apartment, and because I invest into cryptocurrencies, I tried to withdraw money to my card, and I had difficulties with it. So I called the owner of the bank and I tell them, can I pay you in crypto? And he tells me, no problem. Here is my crypto wallet address. We calculated how much I owe him, and I transferred that money. And I tell my friends about it, and they say, wow, if now they accept rent in crypto, then yes, I should go and take the course. And they decided to buy Artyom's trading course. See? So everything matters, and you should just show in your example and try to explain them why we're doing it. Let's go to the next slide, please. So what you get from the training or during the training as a host, you will get skills in working with an audience and managing the game.
Умеет удерживать пространство за столом, умеет работать с аудиторией, следит за всеми участниками одновременно, да, что происходит с каждым, и умеет тем или иным действием повернуть ход игры в ту сторону, в которую ведущий считает нужным. Потому что люди, которые пришли, они не знают, как надо, и ведущий задает тон игры и темп игры. Дальше. Информация о правильной подготовке к тренингу и об организации всего игрового процесса. Тут как бы понятно, да, то есть как готовиться к тренингу, что для этого нужно, в каком состоянии должен быть ведущий, да, что нужно для того, чтобы не бегать, не отвлекаться во время игры за чем-то, не знаю, за водой, за кто-то потерялся и так далее. К этому надо подготовиться заранее. Это мы тоже подробно рассказываем и разбираем. Подробный разбор всех игровых материалов и ситуации, возникающие во время игры. Это то, о чем писали в чате. Собственно говоря, на курсе по обучению ведущих мы разбираем каждую карточку и каждую возникшую ситуацию во время игры. И даже когда вы прошли уже обучение и сертифицировались на ведущих, у нас есть чат общий с ведущими, мы будем там созваниваться, я с вами, вы между собой можете организовывать какие-то зумы, общаться, да, в своей языковой группе, в своей стране, делиться тем, что у вас происходит. Это очень поддерживает и помогает развиваться и не останавливаться, когда что-то получилось не так. То есть с нашей стороны всегда будет поддержка на протяжении, не знаю, всей вашей жизни, вот так вот скажем так, да. Оценка эффективности.
Прошу прощения, остановиться, пожалуйста. Вебинар на пару минут. Сейчас у нас переводчики подключатся. У него пропало электричество.
Ага, хорошо.
Все, мы можем продолжать. Анастасия, проехали.
Да, навыки публичных
Okay,
выступлений.
so the skills of public speaking and self-presentation. We will do exercises and self-presenting skills and how is it done. There is some theory, you get the theory and then the practical exercise. And each of the hosts will introduce himself as if he is the host, and other participants of these training courses will say that yes, or what can be improved or what should be done in a different way. And you will get the feedback, the real feedback, the participants. So sometimes it may happen, and then the
другую обратную связь, нежели чем ведущий себе, подумал, что это так. Научитесь давать, получать обратную связь высокого качества. Что здесь важно? Что ведущий не просто говорит, что у тебя не так, или как учитель тыкает пальчиком, что «ой, я сделаю вот так». Нет, он допускает игроку получить свои ошибки. Да?
Анастасия, подождите, пожалуйста, минуточку. По-моему, меня из английской комнаты совсем выкинуло. Сейчас, минуточку.
Да. Так, я уже смотрю, что-то я по времени долго. Меня надо остановить, а то я могу рассказывать тут очень долго.
Recording stopped.
Change their life situation. Also, to be able to recognize participants' emotions and be able to provide timely response, then help build your professional brand, personal brand, and our marketing department will help you do that. They will help you create the website and tell you how to promote, what kind of software maybe you need for that, to process videos, photos, and so on. So all of it will be given at the course. The fundamentals of psychology to play the game, yet another topic that we're going to look into, understanding how the financial system works and where to invest money. Also, it's an additional channel for your own promotion and for your earnings. So you can promote yourself in the social media, and also we will promote you in our social media, saying like, here's we have a new host, and that host conducts games in this country in that time. We will make those announcements, but you have to give us information about it for us to be able to publish it. Well, let's go to the next slide because we are running out of time here. So how the training will be held? It's quite simple. You register in the academy, you purchase the course in the back office, you gain access. Then very important here is that people need to specify the correct email address, because people say, I didn't receive the link. If your email with which you registered in the academy is no longer valid or no longer used, you need to write to the support service and give the new email address. And then you will get the link, the access link to your Get course, and so on. And then you will take course by course, lesson by lesson, until you get your certificate. Someone asks how long the training takes. Oh, well, for some of you, it might take days. For some of you, it might take, I don't know, months. It depends how fast you're going to watch the lessons and how fast you're going to take the test. Because a score of 80% of 120 questions will allow you to get a special certificate sent to your email address. So do write your questions to the support. They will answer. So you hold the game and then you receive your feedback from the colleagues and from the peers and trainers. So you either get the feedback from me or from another trainer, advanced trainer, of course. So if there are not so many such trainers in your country, and we already tested it, how to do it online, then you will be doing that game online and receive feedback from your peers and trainers from other countries. Next, you will get the support and guidance of a trainer for your growth and development. Well, that's what I mentioned about the Telegram chat. Ability to work through your own requests. Or in other words, the ability of testing their ideas or discussing some of the issues that might have with their peers, with their trainers. It's a good way of improving your hosting skills. And also the bigger your horizons are, your mindset, the wider your mindset is, then the easier for you it is to accept other ideas, other points of views, and other possible options, how to run the game, how to use opportunities. What's next? The next one is the Academy of a Private Investor provides you with a personalized Genius of Finance training website with a sales funnel already set up. Well, we already discussed the sales funnels. Let's go to the next slide, please. Monetization and potential earnings of the Genius of Finance host. Let's go to the next slide, please. How the games are held. Okay, the first game or the introductory game can be free. It should not take more than 2 hours. It's like an entry point for the new ecosystem. You introduce people to the game with the process, what business investing are all about. And the goal is to give enough utility value to make players want to come to a paid game and immerse themselves in more detail or understand whether they need it at all, and maybe they will buy some other product offered by the company. Next slide. Let's speed up because we're running out of time here. Playing with a novice host. I think I already covered that pretty extensively on the previous slides. $35 per player on average. But again, if it's 7 people, it's $245 per game. 2 games per day, it's $490. 4 days a week, it's $2,000 per month possible income. I realize that not everyone holds 2 games a day, but at least 2 games a week is quite realistic. And let's do the math. Well, you can do it yourself. You can do it. 35 per player, 7 players, 2 games a week, and You see how much you can make in 1 month as an extra income. Next, playing with an advanced host. This is a totally different level. It's a professional host, and the game can take 4 to 6 hours. On average, it can be $70 per player. On average, 7 players a game, it's almost $500. 5 days a week, it's $2,450 per week. Per month, it's almost 10,000. But again, we are talking about people who make a living out of it, because to conduct games on a daily basis is quite exhausting, and maybe it can become a continuous source of income, because if you play the game all day long, then you will little time to invest or think about other sources of income. But this is again your way of making a living and announcing yourself to the world, like, I'm a host. And the more known you are, the more people are willing to come and play with you. Let's go to the next slide, please. Playing with an expert, it can be $150 an average per player. 5 players, it's $750. 5 days a week, it's $3,750. 4 days a week, it's $15,000 per month. Well, more often than not, those are people who are either professional hosts or professional investors, who already have a name. They know what they're doing, and people come to their name. When Andrey is in the office himself, organizing, hosting games, then the attendance is like it takes us 15 minutes to fill the table, and the price is quite hefty if you want to play with Andrey himself. So because he's an expert either in the financial market, or he's an expert host, professional coach, professional investor. It can be your extra income, it can be your hobby, or it can be your main source of income. Or I think more or less it's still an extra income for a real professional. But you need to understand that you need to dedicate time to reach that level. But it's quite realistic anyways. Let's move on. Well, additional features. I think I've already covered it pretty extensively. Is to develop your level 1 and receive an extra percentage under the marketing plan from every purchase by a player who is registered under you. API courses, Evorich courses, NEEW, EvoSend, UchiPay, and many other projects in the ecosystem. In other words, the game allows you to show in simple terms what the company has to offer, and you as the host can sell other products of the company. Creating a business team and pursue a career growth according to the Evorich marketing plan, closing ranks and increasing the percentage or commission according to your MP. This information is available publicly. Opportunity to earn additional income as an expert host and to train other trainers or other hosts. So the more you promote it, the more people come to you that would like to get training from you. You can also charge money for that as the trainer who trains trainers. Plus, they buy the games and the training courses, and you get a commission from that too. Next, organizing tournaments in the region. You can become an organizer of a tournament and make money from it too. Working with corporate clients, it means that you can make money as a business trainer for the company.
во многих странах,
For example, I know that in many countries,
бизнес-тренеров, таких
firms and companies very often hire business trainers in a gaming format. And using this game, you can show business owners and those who paid for the game their strong points and weaknesses, and what aspects of themselves they should work on. So you can sell yourself as an organizational expert, personal growth and the growth of your, I'm sorry, brand. It's not delirium. So if you are a specialist in a trade where you can use a game and an area where that can be gamified, that's the better way to put it. Everything that is related to finance, I don't know what example to give you. Financial literacy and other skills that you might sell. You can use the game to broadcast your skills and qualities, and the game will be just an additional sales channel for you. And not everyone, I guess, is ready to pay for your course some big money. They wanted to maybe first want to meet you properly and understand whether they need it at all, whether it fits, whether you fit them as a trainer. You can add this game to your arsenal and attract people through the game. It will be like your own tripwire. You know what tripwire is, right? It's a cheap product that you sell in order to attract clients into your company. And then you sell them the real product, the flagship product. So if you have questions, this is the time for you to ask them. Meanwhile, we'll go to the next slide. Let me read the questions in the chat. If I buy the course, will I be able to watch the lessons at my own time? Yes, correct. Absolutely correct. It's a question from the chat. You'll be able to watch the lessons when it is convenient for you. All the lessons are recorded on Get Course, and you can train at any time convenient to you. In the Telegram chat, we will be meeting separately. That's where you be getting better value. You'll be able to ask questions personally instead of rewatching the recordings. There is a question from the Spanish chat. Will there be tournaments in future? Is it the same Get course as for Profi Investor, or will we need another access? Oh, I don't know how the link is embedded. I think it's a separate course called Professional Host. But I think you should write to the technical support. If you see it says Profi Investor, well, the way I see it, I'm also a Profi Investor and Invest Consultant student, and I have lessons of Profi Investor and Invest Consultant, plus separately hosting Genius of Finance host courses, but separately. Yes, there will be courses in future. Yes, the closer we talk to our old host or newly fresh host, newly created host, the sooner we will have tournaments in future. We will discuss all the nuances and we will do them because it's an interesting event, I think. And the next slide is what will be your decision? The box version of the board game. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want to do? Do you want to be just a player and play with your family, with your friends and relatives, and the box version of the game is sufficient? Or do you want to buy a host, or sorry, a training with a host? In other words, you go to another place and play with the host and identify what you should work on, what skills you should improve, or you decide to train as a professional game host. And as soon as you answer this question, you will know what to do. You know where to go, where to buy the game, buy the training courses. So if it's interesting to you, welcome to
Сообщество
the
и финансов.
Genius of Finance community.
Здесь такой отличный слоган на
There is a
слайде.
cool slogan here. When you choose to join us, you're fulfilling your dreams. And this is indeed so, because we're talking about like-minded people.
Своей обратной
And
связи.
those people are always willing to help.
Николай,
Nikolai asks, when are you going to get together all the hosts? Yes, I'm now creating the chat, and as soon as all the hosts are in that chat, we will make an appointment when we're going to meet.
я напишу в
I
чате,
will write in the chat. I know, Nikolai, that you are there too.
что, собственно говоря,
Well,
есть
this is it. I don't think there are any more slides. Well, maybe one last slide, like choose your path with Genius of
Я рада,
Finance.
что вы
Choose your
были
dream life.
сегодня
I
со мной.
very hope that you are here with me and you asked your questions. Maybe you still have some unanswered questions, and you can use the chat for that. You can raise your hand, and we can talk to each other.
Ответить
We
на
still
эти
have some time to discuss the unanswered question. You're welcome. You and Ian must be close friends. We have a question in the Spanish room. I'm trying to register, but it asks me for the code that is intended for profi investors. So what code we're talking about here? The question is, my question to you is where you're trying to register with. So we have this person online now. So look, right now I'm on the API website, and I see several courses. And I'm interested in the full course. And when I see the premium course and I would like to buy it, it asks me for some kind of a code, and it tells me promo code. It tells me you can use a promo code. So I'm asking what kind of a promo code it's talking about.
Нет никакого
No, for now there is no promo code. Maybe we used to have a promo code. Now there is no promotion, so you have to skip that part.
Конечно, еще написать дополнительно в
Well, you
чате.
could write to the technical support and ask them, but for now we have no active promotions for that.
Мгм.
So do I understand correctly that if I am a member of the VIP club or private investors club, I will be able to enjoy a 30% discount? That's what I thought. Yes, of course. If we're talking about the box version of the game, then yes. Тут пожелание из английского чата написано: нам бы хотелось бы увидеть, как эта игра играется вживую, чтобы по-настоящему оценить все ее прелести и оценить процесс принятия решений. So Michael Ofoma, I asked you a question about the game being played in practice. Do you have any host hosting the game in your city? Where are you from, by the way? And I might be able to help you with that. Нигерия написано. И еще один вопрос вдогонку. Здравствуйте, Анастасия. Я купил курс ведущего в прошлом марте, но я не менял свой email, и тем не менее не получил ссылку на тренинг. Помогите, пожалуйста.
Напишите, пожалуйста.
Anthony Jones, I asked your question, and please write to the support. There were cases like yours, and they were able to help all those people, because I didn't have access to the mailing list. Usually it is taken care of by the support service. They will surely help you with that. And then we have, and Michael, Anastasia wrote down your question, okay? And the same speaker or listener from the Spanish chat says that the course right now costs 1,375, not 1,200 and something. Why so?
Возможно, это для участников VIP-клуба.
Maybe it has to do with the VIP club membership. I'm not in a position to answer. The correct price should be 1,025, not 1,375. Again, this is something that the technical support will be able to answer. I cannot go to the website right now because I will have to exit Zoom. А вот тот же человек, Энтони, говорит, что я уже 3 раза писал в суппорт и что-то не могу получить от них ответа. Anthony, yeah, I asked your question. Could you please leave your contact details and I will pass your information to the support. Just write me the login in the chat and I will copy paste it, okay? And the sooner you do it, the better before we close down the Zoom. So when someone says that in the Russian version, it costs of the back office, it costs $1,025. Anthony?
Пишу, да, потому что я перед началом вебинара сама
Yes.
сверялась со всеми ценами.
Because we did check it as login. Okay, just give me a second.
Все, тогда если вопросов нет.
Я прошу прощения, Анастасия. Вот я отправил в чат логин того партнера, который не может добиться ответа из поддержки. Вот большими буквами в одно слово. Ну, наверное, можно и маленькими. И еще один человек просит добавить
в чат ведущих.
Ее, нет, не в чат ведущих, а на get-курс, господин Сурчандра. Может, давайте я тоже отправлю, вы посмотрите, отвечает ли он.
Да, это тоже надо писать в техподдержку.
Surchandra, Anastasia says that you should always also write to the support. А второй email — это не тот же человек, это другой человек, который не получил доступа к get-курсу.
Ага, сейчас.
Первый он не получил ссылку, а второй не получил доступ к get-курсу.
Да, все.
Okay, Surchandra, I also forwarded your email and I will write to the technical support and they will get in touch with you, okay? Both Anthony and Surchandra.
Zoom.
Okay, so I think we can call it a day. Thank you very much for being with us, for asking your questions, and we will meet again, I'm sure. And bye-bye. I think we can close it now. We can stop the recording and yeah, finish the webinar.